Hey, congratulations! You've either been selected to take on a new assignment, you're transferring from one role to another, or you've just been promoted. Either way, you're going to be managing a new team, and so I wanted to give you a few thoughts on how you can set yourself up for success and your team as well. Over the years, I've seen a number of leaders come into their new assignments with their new teams. I've seen them do it very well, I've seen them do it very poorly. I've probably been in both camps myself. Before you even set foot in your new company or your new assignment, you want to make sure you understand one thing. You may be very excited about coming into this role, you want to change the world, you want to do all these cool things, but your team that you're taking over may be absolutely terrified of what's coming. They don't know you. They don't know who you are, your background, they don't know what's going to change. They have no idea what's going to happen, and that breeds a lot of anxiety. So what you want to do is do a few things initially that help set the tone the right way, and that you set yourself up for success. Let's start with setting the right tone. When you're leading a new team, you want to make sure that from the outset, you are approachable, you are genuine, and that you're curious about them. So your first impression is going to last. Make sure it's the one that you want. The next thing is to focus on them, not on you. You want to make sure that they are the priority. Getting to know them, getting to know their why, getting to know who they are, what their background is, what skills they have, what their intrinsic motivators are. All of your team members are going to have individual skills that collectively make them a very good unit. They also have things that they don't know they have within them that you can identify and then utilize as part of your efforts. Make sure you spend your time getting to know your team and know what really makes them tick. The better you know that, the better you'll be able to utilize all of your resources, all of your team members to get the best output. There's a tendency with new managers to want to change everything on day one. I would recommend you not do that. Spend some time getting to know your team, who they are, what their strengths are, but then you can start to lay out an overarching vision of where you want to go. This won't be too specific, but just make sure that your team from the get-go knows exactly where you're wanting to take them. That's an important part, is to understand the destination. Whether that is being the top sales team in the country, whether that is having the best experience for your customers. Whatever the overarching mission is, make sure that that's laid out very clearly. This is where we want to go, and we will all collectively be part of the solution to get there. The next thing is to engage your team members in the process early. Once you've established your vision and where you want to take the team, it's important then to get them involved in the actual process of getting there. Think of it as, you know where your destination is, but the roadmap is going to be determined by you and the team collectively. What this is going to breed is a level of empowerment. Your team is going to know from the outset that you value their opinions, that you are working with them, and they're not working for you. Some suggestions might be to set up some core groups, whether it's people on your team who are responsible for setting the course and the direction of certain areas of the business. Whether that's certain metrics that they're going to be in charge of, shaping the strategy, shaping the tactical elements. Those are important parts of leading a new team that give them that empowerment, that sense of control, that unfortunately, when they have a new leader, they think they might lose. Something that's undoubtedly going to happen is that your team members will resist change, and that you will have to introduce it at some point. What I would recommend is that you introduce change in phases. Start with small changes initially that you know everyone can buy into. As you start to see success from those changes, you can start introducing more change. You have to earn the right to introduce change. You cannot just say, well, this is the way we did it in my old team, or this is the way that we did it in my old company. Because those days are gone. This is not your old company, and this is not your old team. Make your changes in phases, as opposed to blowing up everything and starting over again. There is nothing that will guarantee that you will lose your teams more than massive change in a short period of time. What I'll be focused on when I start to lead my new team is, first up, making sure that they understand they can talk to me. They can come to me with concerns, questions, problems, and we're going to work on them together. The second thing I'll do is I'll focus on them. Ensure that I am listening to them about what they want, what they desire in their careers, what skills and attributes they have, and what it is that they think they can bring to the table, what their intrinsic motivators are. I'll make sure that I give the team a good view of where we want to go, what our role is within the organization, how we are important, and why our work really matters. Once we've established that vision, we'll talk about how each of the individual team members can work as a group to come up with our tactical and operational strategy. We have our vision, we know where we want to go, but the how we get there, the tools and the tactics that we use, that's going to be determined by the team itself. And if we do have to make changes, that's going to be done in phases to make sure that everyone comes along for the journey as we go, and make sure they are part of that change and they believe in that change. Connect the dots for them on where they are now to where we think they can be. The easier and the more effectively you do that, better off you'll be. Thanks a lot for your time. As always, if you like the content, feel free to share it or subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.